Mm, we can all hear you.
Hello. That was really awkward. Sorry about that. And hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's stream here on Super Baka Bros channel. I've totally ruined this introduction just because I messed up my mic somehow. I don't even know what the hell is happening here. But we are streaming Neighborhood RPG. I'm not even going to have you guys do that shit. It's so messed up. Yeah, same time. It was exact same time. As you can see, we're super professional here, and I just really quickly, before we get into the stream, because we're going to be dealing with all kinds of seriousness and death and whatnot, but I want to just congratulate our player here, Cyrus, for turning back from battle in Philadelphia at Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest? Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Yeah, and did an amazing job. So kudos to you. If you want to say anything, go ahead.
Thank you. No, it was a super good tournament. I placed in the top 8 out of 127 players in the Swiss portion of the event, and then got knocked out in the semifinals by a really good player, Wyatt, who I played against twice during the tournament, once in the Swiss and once in the semifinals. He was a really, really good opponent. Knew the game in and out. He was playing TNT, Timna Thrasios. Just good cards. Got deck. It was a good battle though. The whole tournament was a great time, and Philadelphia was really cool.
Awesome. Just wanted to point that out because that is super cool, man. They're doing well in any tournament, especially Magic, where there's so many amazing people who pilot their decks so well. So that's awesome.
I've never done all that well in a tournament, especially not a EDH tournament with a sizable player. I've done okay in 16 player tournaments, smaller things, but never in a big one. So it was really cool.
Awesome. So with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get into the stream itself. I just want to remind everybody the music that you're going to hear in game, because I don't have any music right now going, is by Travis Savoy. They are a Canadian composer in Toronto, and if you check out their Bandcamp, give them a follow. It's free. It really helps them out. They're an amazing composer, and I really hope you like the music. The graphics here, done by Philip Baca, as always. Overlays, character design, and pop-up graphics. So I'm going to go ahead and give that pop-up graphic a little follow and subscribe. If you are watching and not following, please hit that follow button. It's absolutely free. And that little graphic that pops up will be so worth it to Phil if just one person were to follow while it's popped up. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into our character introduction now that we're doing this the proper way. We're going to start off with you, Phil. If you could, go ahead and say who your character is and what is going on in your character's head.
I don't know. Yeah, this is so funny because I feel like my first impulse was to talk about how I am Drak the Defiant. So it might take some time to kind of get used to the new character. So my character is Eldrin Farrell. He's a half-orc bard, comedian. He kind of lives a life of luxury, kind of wander around, going on adventures. I think part of my idea with him is that he's kind of the embodiment of a kind of a entitled white male, and that generally bad things don't happen to him. He just kind of, gets in trouble, and things just kind of work out okay for him, no matter what. So that's kind of the behind-the-scenes kind of inspiration a little bit for the character.
Very nice, very nice. We have Family Gaming 2013. They followed off stream. They got first-time chat. Thank you very much, Family Gaming 2013. Hope you have an amazing evening, and I'm sure you are because you're here with us. So we do appreciate it. Phil, thank you for that introduction. We're gonna go over to Cyrus. If you could please go ahead, introduce your character, and just let us know what might be going in the mindset of your character. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm playing Bakrog the Stone, the half-giant ex-gladiator. solemn boy, and he just went full on Jason style on that group of bandits that we ran into. So he was feeling a little down about it. He's got low lows, high highs, and the high highs are usually destructive in nature, and so he was coming down from an intense experience. But now I feel with how we left off last time, he's snapping out of it and realizing that he's going to have to really be on it and not be getting in his own head so much about these sorts of things. So we'll see how that goes.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you very much for that. And then finally, we're going to go over to Hannah. If you could, let us know about your character and what is going on in the mindset of your character. Thank you.
I am Strafaria, and I have no memory of the past, so I'm still trying to piece together my past and who I am and where I came from. And last week I suggested that we help somebody after some fair warning, so I went ahead and added impulsive to my flaws list.
Nice. I like that a lot. For some reason, the video froze. Let's go over here. What is happening, Discord? I'm loving all the issues that Discord is doing right now, and all the stream that is streaming. There we go. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much for that. I like the fact that you're thinking about how your character is changing throughout the story, and adding the personality traits throughout, especially because, like you said, you don't have any real knowledge of your past. So super clever, and I love that. And you get a point of inspiration for that. Make sure you mark that down. Phil, I think you still have one, or did you use it? Or no, I gave it to Cyrus. That's right.
Cyrus,
because Cyrus gave the small gnome child the little stone totem, I think.
Yeah, a little stone figurine.
Very nice. So I see Cyrus in Roll20. If
I just remembered to open that up.
if we all want to get into that, while I'm, can you send her the link? I believe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe...
If you just type in Roll20 into Chrome, it will be like, here's all the things you've been to.
That's a good idea. So while we're getting that taken care of, I'm going to do our...
There's no individual volume control. Oh, here we go. I know how to do this.
Yeah. You right-click on each of them.
Launch game.
Oh, you got real quiet all of a sudden, Hannah. That's weird.
Okay. Should I click launch game?
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. That sounds way better. Whatever you did.
I moved my mic closer.
Oh, okay. That helps. That's awesome.
That makes the step down from mine, so it needs...
we all can't have a Yeti, unfortunately.
One day.
But with that, let's go ahead and get into the previously on. Almost said Magic Jewel Heist. I gotta break that habit so bad. Curse of Strahd campaign. So, last we left off, our three adventurers had joined the Harper's Guild, which is a secretive adventurers group that is trying to seek harmony with nature and the mortal world. As the journey was given to them by the recently appointed leader of this group, because the former leader took off to Mirabar, where the adventurers have been sent to. That person has gone missing. So the group is sent there to find the leader, find the missing miners that have been kidnapped, or nobody knows what's really going on, and report back. And if they do, they're going to get 3 magical enchanted items. Eldrin, a chalice of some kind, but not wanting to give up his special chalice. So as they went north to Mirabar, they encountered a really cute gnome family that really took a liking to Buckrog, the stone, half giant, and were warned about bandits. They journeyed even further north and encountered said bandits as they tried to trick the group into thinking they were actually in distress. Buckrog, who was pretty pissed off about all of that, took that personal and decimated them completely, so much so that the mage just ran off into the woods. And they continued forth to Mirabar, the mountain town where the miners have gone missing. And they met up at the tavern where they were supposed to see their orc reporter who had some information to give them. As they got to the tavern, ordered some drinks, the orc appeared, very boisterous and loud orc, went to go get himself a drink. And as he did, the lights flashed off. There was a green light. And when all the lights came back on, our good friend Charles was now dead. So, with that all out of the way, let's go ahead and get back over to here. And I usually do a little bit of a toast. So if anyone wants to join me in this, I have my little just regular drink here. But I'd like to say, may your dice roll true, and may you make it through. Meh.
Meh.
Now shall we play?
Let's do this.
So, as the three of you, actually, let me switch this over to this real quick to make it right. So you guys are in the thing. Let's see if this works, because technology, boom. Played the music automatically. I love Roll20. Jesus Christ, that's cool. Now let's go ahead and just switch over to this so that the viewers can see what we are seeing.
It needs like a fade out, fade in for music. That is my only complaint so far.
It doesn't have that, you're right.
When it ends, it just like ends.
Yeah.
But wow, look at this map. All right, I'm done complaining.
Wow.
It's perfect.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, as the lights start to come back on and you're hearing from the outside, the wind is picking up, and the storm that was kind of chasing you to Mirabar seems to caught up and is hitting right now. You look around. Actually, get everyone perception checks if you could, please.
What if I told you I forgot to get any dice out?
I would tell you that's on par with this whole stream, to be honest with you. As you say that, I need to make sure I have my dice out. Yes, I have it. Okay.
15.
My usual
Nice.
set, but I got something in here.
Ooh, not good. 4. Excuse me, 4.
Very nice. Eldrin is like not even noticing that the lights went out and is like swiveling his little chalice, his personal chalice that he has.
I got
doesn't see much.
a 10.
The lights going out kind of not frightens you by any means, Buckrog, but it definitely startles you. As you look around, you see the dead body on the ground and a couple of the different patrons. There's not many people in here now. There's about 4 or 5, excluding the goblin bartender and the male server that was walking around. Sorry, it says Hannah on your thing, but it's Strafaria. You got a 15, I believe?
Yep.
You see over to the counter that the goblin bartender is holding a very large, wicked-looking crossbow and is pointing it directly at the three of you. He's on top of the counter and looking furious. Everyone else is kind of like chattering and whispering to each other, like, what's happening? Who was that? Why'd the lights go off? Where's my drink? And as you look over at the goblin bartender, Strafaria first, the rest of you, as you see this, you hear him as he's pointing it directly at you, the three of you, and says, "Nobody move." And he's pointing it right at you, Strafaria. What happened over here?
I don't know what happened, but who are you?
I'm Grixis, the bartender. Chuck Charles over there was just fine before he was talking to you, and all of a sudden now he's dead. By this time, all the other patrons are like, hey, well, yeah, that's right, they're the newcomers. And they're starting to, like, not encircle the three of you, but they're starting to get closer. You better speak up before I let loose this bolt.
Where is he at in relation to us? The dead guy?
He is that guy. How do you do that? Right there?
The one that is flat on the ground, face up,
With the sword
on
and
the
the
left
shield?
of the bar.
Are you talking about Charles or are you talking about the
Charles.
bartender? Oh, yeah, Charles is right here. Sorry. He should have been, like, right there.
Okay.
Okay. And this guy with the crossbow behind the bar, that's who's pointing at us.
Yeah, Grixis.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, I know, right? I wonder where I get my names from. There's like a way to do like a ping or something, but I still haven't figured that out. I did it by accident. I can't do it for real.
Classic.
Interesting. But yeah, that's the person. They're about, what, 30 feet away from you? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50 feet almost away from you. And you can see now that the other patrons are, like, getting closer and closer. They're starting to whisper, Who are these newcomers?
And maybe this is a bad idea, but I will stand up and, like, kind of pound my fist on the table and say, it was not us.
Okay, give me an intimidation check, please.
That's right, I pumped intimidation pretty good. Let's see how this goes.
There you go.
God damn,
moment.
I've been rolling so badly. Okay, I got a 9.
As you stand up, the, like, quickness of your movement catches everyone off guard. But as you, like, slam your fist down on the table, you're like, adrenaline slows a bit, and the slam down on the table is not as hard as you meant it to be. So you see most people kind of like go, oh, and then when you slam your fist on the table, they kind of lean forward and go, I think we can move forward with this. Grixis at this time jumps up onto the counter and jumps down to, like, get closer to Eldrin, actually. So he is now right here next to the body, and he says, what is your business here? Talking to the three of you.
Well, good sir, we were talking to your friend here. He was kind enough to offer us some drinks. I believe that's what he was doing when he was taken out somehow. I can guarantee you that I was very much looking forward to that drink, and if I were to try to kill him, I definitely would not have done it before he got them to us.
Okay, go ahead and give a persuasion check. I'll lower the... I'm not going to give you advantage because you're a fucking bard. But I will lower the DC a little bit because that was some pretty good wordsmithing.
21.
Okay. You see Grixis, the way I described him last time, he's this gnarly looking older goblin. His nose almost like zigzags, it's so broken. As you say this, he lowers his crossbow a little bit. Well, what the hell happened then? And he starts to, like, go over to take a look at the body. If anyone wants to do anything, let me know while he is doing this.
I'd have to say we're curious ourselves. We came here to meet him. He was supposed to be the person that was going to help us on our way. I'd have to say we feel a bit like fish out of water now without him here to help.
Grixis kind of looks back up at you, and he lowers his eyes a little bit and does a little, like, hand gesture. Somebody else, like, looks over at Grixis, and you can see Grixis kind of, like, just nod his head a little bit in sadness. But it seems like he's telling this person that Chucky is for sure now dead. As all of this happens, the interaction between them, you hear this this loud bang noise like slam up against the windows as the storm is like full on hitting the side of the tavern now. You almost like shake from the suddenness of it, because it was obviously fairly loud before, but now it's like really starting to pick up, and you're wondering how well even going outside is going to fare. Is there anything any of you would like to do?
All right. I feel like it's what my character would do. But he's gonna climb up on his chair, kind of standing on the chair, and hold up his chalice.
Okay. All right.
Though we did not know him long, and to be honest, I don't remember what his name was. He was a good man, and I think we should all raise our glasses in honor of Charles. Yes, Charles.
It was Charles. One
Charles.
like voice yelled out.
Beautiful Charles. Gone too soon.
We love Charles, and they start getting all like sad and everything. One person just like slow claps, gives you the slow, and doesn't stop. You know, nobody else claps, but that one person totally digs it. You hear some people start to say, "It was Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga did it, and there's the Bagman," and they're like starting to freak out. One of them goes to rush outside and opens the door. As soon as they open the door, the wind, small gnome, halfling. The door opens, the wind slams it back so hard he goes flying back into the tavern. Everyone give me perception checks real quick, as the scenery is starting to differ a little.
I had a quick question, something that I never had considered before.
Sure.
So in my skills, I've got the few that I've like filled in. Am I proficient? Like, should I also be adding the proficiency bonus when I roll those numbers, or just the plus that it has there?
Oh.
Well, I mean, the plus that should be there is your skill modifier and the +2.
Okay.
Proficiency
Okay.
bonus.
So that's already factored in, because I've already added the 2 to them there. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I got 20.
Ooh.
Dang, I got 10. 11. Sorry, 11.
The way you said that.
I can't roll over a 10 on the die.
At least in battle you can.
Yeah, I slayed him then.
What'd you get, Eldrin?
13.
13. Okay. Strafaria, as you're looking around, you're honestly not really even listening to Eldrin, because you're more into like what the hell happened investigating mode. And as you look around, you see that on Charles's body there's like something sticking out from underneath his vest.
I investigate.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
24. Wait,
Okay,
22.
yeah.
Sorry, 22.
That's good. As you like, you know, while Eldrin is talking, almost like a perfect diversion, everyone's looking up at him. You quickly move over to the dead orc and check through the pockets, make sure there's, you know, nothing that looks out of place, and you pull out some sort of, it looks like a tri-folded stack of papers. There's like maybe 2 or 3 in there. You find some gold on him as well, probably roughly around 30 or so, just by quickly glancing at it. And then you see a key to looks like some inn, potentially. But that's all you find on him. As you step back away from his body, you have the papers in your hands. I'm assuming, do you take the papers?
I do.
What do you take, actually? You could take any of that stuff.
I take it all.
Okay. You take the bag of gold, so you have about 30 gold extra on you right now. You can mark that. A key, a mysterious key, and 3 papers, like notes. If you want to read them, that's up to you now, or you can do it later. It doesn't matter.
Do I put that in my equipment?
Yes.
My equipment box is full.
You can just use what, yeah.
Yeah, anywhere on the paper's fine. Bakrog, anything you want to do while Eldrin is toasting the fallen friend that you just made?
I'm just kind of going to hover near Strafaria and kind of looking over her shoulder as to what she's doing.
Okay. Are you trying to see? Okay, he's trying to see what she's doing. What did you roll again? A 10?
A 10, yeah.
Okay. You definitely saw her take the papers. The key and the smaller bag of gold you did not see.
Okay. I'm doing it out of interest in what happened, not in like trying to keep tabs on her or anything.
Sure.
Just seeing if I can see anything. I have dark vision, so maybe.
Yeah,
I can
by
see
now
in
the lights are going. The lights are like lit again.
They're back on. Okay.
Yeah. And Strafaria, if you want to do a medicine check to see what actually killed him, you absolutely can. Since you're down there at the body right now. And Eldrin is your... sorry, go ahead.
13.
13. So Eldrin is your finishing up your toast, and everyone's like, yeah, we like this elf. Go pointy ears. You... yeah. there's like the one kind of racist person in the crowd who thinks it's okay to call that stuff out. As you're finishing up your toast, Strafaria, you quickly check the body and you don't see anything. You don't see any puncture, any blood. There's no like strangulation marks. There's nothing that's seemingly, I mean, obviously he's wearing clothing, so you don't know, but you don't see anything that's stabbed through his clothing whatsoever. With the 13, you can tell that magic is not out of the question, but as far as what kind of magic, you don't know. By now, Grixis is like, well, we gotta do something with his body. Xavier, go get a blanket. And the human server that was helping you all get your drinks, who's like now coming back with the drinks in his hand. He like looks over at the three of you, specifically Eldrin, and is like, and puts them down and leaves again to go get a blanket. No, he put them down by the bar. He didn't put them down by you. He's like at the edge of the bar, kind of like guiltily, sorry, and just sets it down and walks to the back to go get the blanket.
One job.
So you could go get your drink if you'd like.
No.
No? You're like, no, if I don't get service, I'm not doing this.
I'll turn to the bartender, like, if you need my help, let me know.
I appreciate that, big guy. And he, like, not realizing it, kind of like pats you on the leg a little too aggressively, just because he thinks that you're so big and he's so small, it's not gonna really bother you that much. But you definitely take offense to it for sure. If you haven't already, you for sure are annoyed by that. But you obviously probably don't say anything.
I for sure am, though.
Yeah. As Xavier leaves to the back to go get a blanket, some people are like now crowding around the body. Grixis is like, give him space, give him space. Is there anything any of you would like to do?
I would like to kind of say a couple words for his body, and
Sure.
before it goes back to the earth.
Absolutely, go ahead.
I
Or
didn't
those
have-
the words?
Those were the words.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Imagine
Fair
I
enough.
said something like
Oh, okay.
really great.
Gorgeous. So
Yeah.
then give me a performance check. Let's see how well you do actually
Everyone
say
cried. Like, it was amazing.
that. We're about to find out how well they cry.
What kind of check was it again? Performance?
Performance.
Okay, 15.
Okay, yeah, you know what? The same person that gave the slow clap is like...
He was
She's
a saint.
I love that orc. Xavier comes back, starts wrapping up the body. All of you, the three of you, I should say, are kind of taken back as far as what you should even do. You see people are like looking out the window and somebody says, well, we're not leaving here tonight. Looks like the storm's coming in. It's too dangerous to go down the mountain. Tell you what. You hear other people kind of consenting. So it looks like you're all, unless you want to brave it, looks like you're all stuck in this tavern for the evening.
Let's say, do we need to fortify the windows or doors to stay safe here for the night?
Grixis, the goblin, looks around. He says, it's fine in here by the storm, but we have a killer with us, if y'all haven't forgotten. Something killed Chucky.
Forgotten.
Fair enough. That makes sense, big guy. And he slaps you again on the leg. He's like passive aggressive. Not even passive aggressive. There's something he's got a beef with you about. You could tell.
I start to get a little suspicious of him. He was the one with the crossbow.
Give an insight check and see if you're trusting whatever it is.
22.
Jesus.
I'm a hot roller.
Yeah. give some to Cyrus, please. You notice that Grixis the goblin, who is not like holding up the crossbow high up or anything, is nonchalantly pointing at Bakrog's leg. Like, the place where he is slapping Bakrog, that's where the crossbow is kind of nonchalantly just pointing down toward. And it seems weird.
I'm going to give Bakrog a knowing look. Like, I'm going to look over at him in a way that gets his attention and lets him know I'm trying to communicate something to him.
Okay. Bakrog, give an insight check to see how well you can pick up this knowing look.
This isn't going to be good. Yeah, big old goose egg for insight. 6.
Nice. You see that Strafaria is trying to tell you something, but you're not quite sure what's going on. Strafaria, when you say that, are you like looking down at the crossbow, or you're just giving the knowing look?
I give him another knowing look.
Okay.
To really let him know, hey, no, there's something you need to look out for. Yeah.
You're definitely, now that there's two looks, you're suspicious for sure, Bakrog, of the only person close to you is your goblin friend.
I'm also getting very annoyed by him, so I'm like...
You're like, I know.
Maybe not quite picking up what you're saying, but like, I agree.
Bakrog is secretly thinking that Strafaria wants to just kill Grixis, and Bakrog's like, yes, let's do this. So Eldrin is like finishing up his toast. People are coming up and kind of patting him on the back. Strafaria and Bakrog, you're kind of off to yourself next to the body. Actually, let's move everyone around here. So Strafaria is by the body. Bakrog is next to the goblin dude. You see people are starting to like get by the fire and warm themselves up. There's still a lot of chatter. Baba Yaga, the Bagman, False Hydras, all kinds of weird sort of like blaming it on all kinds of things, and nobody's really certain what's actually happening.
Eldraine, stand on the chair again. Hold up his drink.
Grixis, as you do that, and says, "Easy on the furniture."
I'm as light as a feather. Don't worry.
He just grumbles.
Well, Well, it seems as though we're all going to be getting much closer tonight, since we'll be here for the long haul, and seeing as how there appears to be a murder amongst us, perhaps we should all get to know each other a bit better. I think maybe if we all introduce ourselves, maybe a little bit about ourselves, likes, dislikes, whatever you prefer to share. I think it's important that we trust each other in a moment like this.
Grixis, he's just nodding his head to what you're saying, and he goes, pass, and turns around and walks to behind the bar. Seeming like getting himself a drink.
Very suspicious, I'll be honest. That's very suspicious.
Did you say that out loud, or is that just something you're saying?
Yep.
Okay, and you hear the person that was crying is crying and clapping or whatever. He's like, that is pretty suspicious, man. I tell you what, I don't know about that. I'm with the Eldrin fellow over here. Some other people are kind of whispering to each other a little bit, and definitely they're pointing fingers at each other, and possibly Grixis as well. Strafaria, anything you want to do?
I kind of want to investigate the tavern or maybe the bar a little bit more for clues.
Sure, go ahead and roll an investigation check, because you're nonchalantly walking around. It looks like you're checking out the paintings that are on the wall. You see a painting of this bald wizard with a goatee, and he has a blue cape. This large staff looks really gnarly and cool looking. What'd you roll?
I only rolled a 5. And so I couldn't really get much information out of my surroundings.
You're really fixed on that cool looking wizard. There's something about a cool wizard in a painting that caught your attention.
I love a cool wizard.
As you're walking around, Buckrog, Eldrin, you see that Strafaria has gone into detective mode. Is there anything you all want to do, or something you want to say to each other?
Well, I'm sure it'll be abysmal, but I'll kind of see okay, just looking around, I should probably look around too, try to see if, especially because the dude Grixis is walking away at this point, right? He's heading back.
And Xavier's coming up with the blanket by now.
Try to just observe him as he's walking away, maybe take in some information about the space that he was in when the lights went off and everything, behind the bar, whatever I can try to see without him noticing that I'm looking.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Yeah, we gotta roll a good number sometime.
The
18, we did.
Yeah, because I had a bad roll.
It's actually a 19 because I have plus
nice.
1. Yeah,
there you go. While Buckrog is looking around, scoping out some things, the halfling that agreed with Eldrin kind of walks up to Eldrin and is like, I tell you what, man, I'm really getting suspicious of that bartender. I think there's something going on over there.
I believe in the good in all of us, so I'm sure there's a reason for him acting the way he does, but it's definitely fair for us to be suspicious of all. Give me a second. I'm still standing on the chair.
Yeah.
I see we're all a little shy. I'm not, one to not lead by example, so I'll go first. My name is Eldrin Farrell. I am kind of a famous comedian in these parts.
I've never heard of you.
Well, looking at your clothes and your teeth, I'm not surprised.
Hey! That wasn't funny.
I am a man of adventure, happy to be here. I mean, not, with the storm and the dead body and all, but you all seem like good people, and I hope to meet you all soon. Anyone else who wants to go next?
Hear, hear! And they're some are actually getting a little excited to maybe share who they are and, what they're about. Bakrog, as you're looking around and you follow Grixis's path to back behind the bar, He like walks in front of the bar kegs that are in the back there, and that catches your eye as he like stops for a second to look at it and then continues on a little bit to the other end of the bar. So there's like two. I really wish I could do the ping. That would be really great. But there's two here in the middle, like two kegs, and then one off to the far right that he's now pouring himself some sort of a drink.
Mm-hmm.
But he definitely stopped for a second and gave a hard look at those kegs.
I'll kind of, as people are hopefully getting all riled up and excited about introducing themselves and whatnot, I'll make my way over to Strafaria and whisper, he's looking at those kegs. I think I'm a better, like, what maybe I got out of it, like, something, he's interested in something about those kegs behind the bar, but I'm so big, I don't know if I could get a better look at them.
Being small in stature, I go and investigate them.
Do you go behind the bar, or do you stand on the opposite of the bar and look at them?
I go behind the bar.
Okay, so you walk past Xavier, who's like struggling to wrap up Charles in the blanket, and you get to the around the corner to the kegs, and you walk up to them. At this point, Grixis is still like doing something with the other keg, pouring himself a little bit of wine, it looks like. Go ahead and give an investigation check. No one's really paying attention to you right now, as everyone's kind of enraptured with Eldrin and his sharing of his life.
I roll a 10.
Okay. You look at the keg, and there's nothing out of place about them, really. You see that they're on the ground. There's a lot of like scuff marks where clearly people have like stood or walked right here. Like it's a very busy spot. But beyond that, with a 10, you're not quite sure why he's looking at those kegs. By this moment, Grixis turns around and sees you there, and he goes, "Hey, get out from behind the bar."
I say okay, and I walk around the bar, and now Eldrin has wrapped up his story, and it's my turn to introduce myself. So I say, "Hi, I'm Strafaria, and I'm part of the Adventurers Guild." And I say some more about myself, and then I turn to, is it Kragus, the barkeep?
Oh, Grixis.
Grixis. I turn to Grixis, and I inquisitively ask him and tell him it's his turn to share who he is.
Okay. Either roll intimidation or persuasion. And as you ask him that, you see the other bartenders are like, "Hey, yeah, we actually don't even know Grixis' backstory. Tell us who you are."
10.
10?
We get some more of these hot rolls going.
And keep in mind,
No.
I mean, you can hold on to this if you want, but you do have your points of inspiration that you can basically use to re-roll anything.
Okay, I'll use it right now.
Okay, take the higher roll.
We gotta get a hot roll. Oh, I got a 1. So it's
All right,
3.
well, you would take the 10. Well, you take the 10. You take the better roll.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. He gives you this look of just pure daggers right now, Strafaria. He absolutely looks like he wants to jump from the place he's at to like kill you. As he like finishes looking at you like that, he looks over to everyone else and he goes, "I'm Grixis, the bartender. That's all you need to know."
I say, tell me more. Tell us more.
Tell you more?
Tell all of us more. We're all sharing about ourselves right now.
I came here about 2 months ago. Became the bartender, and think I'm gonna stay. I enjoy the scenery.
Oh, where did you come from?
Waterdeep. I'm sure all of you just came from there yourselves. Any other questions? Pointy ears, and he gives you this, like, nasty look as he says that last bit. As you know, Eldrin and Strafaria, that is a really nasty insult, especially coming from a goblin.
I dig my heels of my boots in. I hold my tongue because I have a very hot temper, but I know it's for the better to be quiet right now, and I roll my eyes.
Grixis remembers that. No. So he's like giving you that look. Other people start going like, hello, my name is Peter. I came here, and just starts going off about who they are and stuff. While this is happening, Grixis is doing whatever, but is really looking at Strafaria right now. Buckrog, Eldrin, is there anything you want to do or say? Now's the time. As they're like all talking, do you all want to talk to each other? You can see people are really engaged with each other, so this is a decent time to do that if you want to.
I'll try to motion and gather us all together again so that we can like share our findings. I'll start with being like, there's definitely something going on with those kegs. Do you think maybe it could be poison or something? Grixis seems very odd to me.
May I do a medicine check to check if the kegs have poison?
I mean, you would have to go over there and do that if you want to.
I'm going for it.
Okay, so Buckrog gives this information, and Eldrin's like just about to say something. Strafaria just walks away right to the kegs. You come around the corner and you start to do your investigation of them again. Grixis is just about to say something, but go ahead and roll and let me know what you get.
10.
Yeah, as you go to look at them, Grixis.
Is that with your modifier?
Yeah, 8 and 2.
Okay. And don't forget, Phil, you can give Eldrin, you can give points of inspiration even out of combat.
Okay.
So I think it's a D6 that people can add to rolls if they want to. Yeah, you definitely can't see anything different. I mean, you can't tell if there's any sort of like poison inside of it. You actually, what you do is you tap the keg spout and a little bit comes out and taste it. It seems fine. But Grixis brings up his crossbow and he goes, "That's your last warning. Get out from behind the bar." And he's pointing his large crossbow at you right now, Strafaria.
I'm going to ask him why he is so on edge. Why he needs to point his crossbow at me. What is he so afraid of?
As he's like pointing this large crossbow, it's almost, you can see it's like almost kind of shaking a little bit. And he goes, "If you haven't forgotten, somebody's already been killed tonight and we're still in here with a murderer. And you keep suspiciously coming behind me bar. So there's quite a few things that I'm nervous about."
Okay. I put my hands up in the air as to show that I am no threat to him. And slowly walk backwards back to Buckrog and Eldrin.
So there's like tense moment between everyone. Buckrog, as you see Strafaria coming back, you remember that she got something off of the body that you have not asked about.
I do remember that now. Yeah, as she rolls up next to us, I'm like, well, That could have gone better. Was there anything on that body that you found earlier? I think I saw something.
I found 30 gold coins, a key, and some papers. But I think we should go maybe into the bathroom to read these papers in private. Just the three of us.
Not the oddest threesome I've been a part of, but first time for everything.
I hope you guys actually do this because the bathroom's not that big. But is this what you want to do?
I don't know where else we can go to read them where nobody will see us.
That's fair.
Let's keep our heads down. I'm trying to think. I can't suppose. Well, I want to look over and kind of see if Grixis is eyeing us while we're chatting.
Who just did the ping? Someone just ping?
I did not.
God, I saw a ping. Whoever did it, just let me know. So you look over at Grixis and what's happening there?
Uh-oh. There we go. I got rid of them. I can put different little symbols on myself.
Yeah, like concentration checks and like dead, all kinds. It's cool. This thing is really cool.
You'll have to show me how to do that because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, this whole campaign is just an ad for Roll20. Thank you for that money, Roll20. Bakrog, you look over at Grixis and he is like very grumpily just downing his wine that he poured for himself. Not paying attention to your little group right now, but seems very pissed off.
I like your idea, bathroom and all. I may take a rain check when we get to know each other a little better. I wonder if perhaps the two of you could examine the papers and see if you gain any knowledge from them. I think I want to take a crack at old Grixis over here, kind of see what he's all about. See what's under the hood.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. So, Strafaria, Bakrog, you're going to the bathroom?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, right there.
You just click and hold.
Click and
Google
hold?
it. Yeah.
Hey! Oh, that was me that did the ding. Okay, cool. Whatever. So, yeah, if you all want to come over here.
As they walk away, I'm going to kind of elbow Strafaria and say, "Have fun, old girl."
And then you're walking over to Grixis?
Yeah, but I'll be on the opposite side of the bar.
Oh, okay, you don't walk by.
I'll belly up.
Yeah, you sit, go over to the table or to the chair, whatever, you belly up. Nice. Okay, so Bakrog and Strafaria work their way over to the bathroom. You walk in, and it's, really basic. There's literally two, buckets, big things for people to use. One's a number one, and the other one's a number two version. But there is a table with a small bowl where you can use to wash your hands and whatnot. So if you want to read that, I'm going to get to what that actually says here in a second. We're going to go over to Eldrin. And what are you doing, Eldrin? You're going to sweet talk Grixis?
I don't know.
You're going to buy Grixis a drink?
Just going to go see what's up.
Okay. So yeah, you walk up and Grixis is he's chugging what he's drinking and finishing it and pouring more. You can see he's very much on edge.
Hey, save some for me there, chap.
He looks up at you and says, "There's plenty enough to go around."
Well,
just drinks more.
Less talk, more pouring.
Why not? He turns around and, do you hand out your chalice to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Takes your chalice and he kind of nods and admires it a little bit. Pours a little bit of wine into it and gives it back to you.
So,
that'll be 2 copper.
Oh, yes, of course.
This is still a business. That goes for the rest of you.
I appreciate that. You're a businessman first. I'll put 5 copper down.
Grixis notices this.
Better. Damn, what was I gonna say? You cut me off.
That's right.
So you seem like you're kind of the brains of this operation. I feel like some of these other kind of gutter rats maybe aren't as adept as you to figure this out. Help make sure we all get through this night alive. What do you think? Who do you think would have had reason to have killed old Chucky Boy?
Well, besides you three, I don't trust that halfling over there. And he points to the one that's been agreeing with you the whole time. Seems real suspicious to me.
I am quite a famous comedian, but he is laughing a bit more at my jokes than people usually do. That is very suspicious.
Yeah, you're not that funny.
Well, pour me a couple more of these. Oh, I haven't taken a sip yet. Pour me a couple more of these, and I'll take a sip of that wine.
Okay.
Maybe you'll get a chance to get my my tight five.
He kind of like, all right. We'll see how it goes. Then we're going to go over to Bakrog and Strafaria. You're in the bathroom. You have a light, candlelight that you're using. So it's a little bit dim, but, not completely pitch black. Do you read the notes?
We do.
So you unfold them. And what you find is Charles the reporter has been taking numerous notes of things that have been going on at Mirabar, things that have been going on at this tavern, at the mines, keeping track as far as how far back the first person that's gone missing. And you start to read through this and you realize a few things. People started missing about 2 months ago. And you see that there's some notes about the tavern, being a place of interest. And then the very last thing, it takes a good 5 minutes or so. And I'm assuming you're relaying this to Bakrog as you're saying this. At the very, very end, it's underlined, highlighted, if there's a fantasy highlighter. You just see this one sentence and it says, "The goblin knows something."
Okay. We exit the bathroom.
Okay.
And head our way back to the bar.
Let's pull up.
We belly up as well on each side of Aldrin.
It's my new favorite phrase now. I'm going to be using that for everything.
Strafaria pulls out her pouch of pipe weed and starts to pack some in her pipe carved of an elk's antler.
Nice. You
Looks over at the other two.
You light your pipe and it starts to smoke a little bit. You look at the other two. Do you say anything to them?
I give them a cheeky look. Like I know something now.
I'd imagine you're probably doing that just to Eldrin, because Bakrog read the letter with you. So Eldrin, you see Strafaria and Bakrog. Yeah, they came out. They walked out. We
bellied up next to you. One on each side.
To you. So you got there. I wish I could space them better and they're not literally right on top of each other. You know what I mean?
We're all friends.
It'd just be awkward in real life. 3 people are shoulder to shoulder next to each other, and there's all this space in this bar.
Square, though, so I mean.
Yeah, that's true. It literally wouldn't be shoulder to shoulder. So Eldrin, you see Strafaria giving you a very telling look, and even looking over at Grixis.
I don't understand what is it?
I say.
Who are you saying this to? Strafaria?
Yeah.
Okay.
I look over at Bakrog, waiting for him.
I'll just be like, like in character. I'll turn to Grixis. I'll be like, can I have a drink?
He looks up at you and says, "What do you want to drink?"
I'm like such an innocent little half giant who has lived in the mountains, and then as a gladiator, he doesn't even really know what to say. So he just looks down at what Eldrin's got. One of those, please.
Grixis looks over at you, and then Eldrin, sure, turns around and pours more wine into a small cup. Mini Baka Bros, I took D8 psychic damage from that joke. That was a good one. I like it. So Grixis turns back around. I love the fact that you're genuinely laughing.
What is he doing?
Oh, it's so good. Oh, Woodland Deckhouse. Sorry, I didn't have the chat up at all. My bad. What's up? Yeah, it's going down over here. Damn, that is a good joke. I gotta really steal that joke. So Grixis gives you the cup, and there's this moment between the four of you. Like, he has a mug in his hand. He's cleaning it. Yeah, I don't want to dox who Mini Baka Bros is, but it's not who you think it is, I'm imagining.
I'm realizing now who it is.
Yeah. It'd be funny, though. Like Everson or Sebastian's over there.
Oh, you're doxing them. All right.
True, they're minors. I'm sorry.
I'm out.
You're done. Get out of here. So while he's gone, let me tell you Phil's address and social security number. So there's this weird sort of almost like spaghetti western moment where Grixis is looking at the three of you, like eyeing each one of you as he's like cleaning a mug. He's kind of like calculating a move or some sort of decision if it would pan out. I'm not even going to have any of you roll like any sort of insight, because the three of you definitely pick this up, especially after you know something's going on. So he looks like he's about to do something. He's definitely eyeing the three of you. What do you all do?
I'm sorry, did you say this was Grixis?
Grixis is doing this, yeah.
Okay. Is that G or B?
G.
G, Grixis? Okay.
Grixis, I believe, Cyrus?
Grixis, yeah.
Cool.
I kind of prefer misspelling it anyway, so...
That's totally Eldrin's way, so that works. It's a family game in 2023 or 2013.
I am I don't want to start something unnecessarily, but Bakrog, he doesn't have the best handle on his emotions in this whole thing.
Yep.
Reading the letter and everything, he's getting and now seeing this look. I think he's gonna very quickly stand up. It's kind of paranoid, so I think this makes sense. He'll just quickly stand up and just put his hand on his hilt as he sees Grixis make like this awkward move.
Grixis picks up this movement. He's like sitting there cleaning a mug and stops himself as he looks at you. He starts to sweat a little bit more. It's like the fire off to the left of all of you is like really picking up. The storm is hitting harder and harder. So people are stoking the fire, really getting it going because they all know that they need to stay warm tonight. And as he like stops cleaning, he like looks over, the sweat's going down his face, looks over at Strafaria, looks over at Eldrin, and then back at Bakrog. It's your last chance. What do you all want to do?
Well, I don't know.
Eldrin finishes his drink and then holds his chalice out to Grizzly and says, "Good sir, you think maybe I could get another of that wine? That was delicious."
He's just like eyeing you for a second, just deciding if he's actually going to take your chalice to fill it back up. He sets his mug down and says, "In a minute, I'll be right back." And starts to leave to go to like toward the bathroom. It looks like there's a back doorway. He gets to the end of the bar by now, unless you stop him prior to that.
I'll just quickly turn to Eldrin, and say, the note said that the goblin knows something.
That feels a bit generous. I had a conversation with him.
Jesus.
Like, no, this is serious. I'm following him. I'll just start lumbering hardcore back into maniac mode.
Okay. As you do this, he's at the edge of the bar, about to go into the hallway. He sees you, and he like, and quickly starts like bolting to the door.
Okay, I'm on him now. I'm following.
He is a goblin, so he has not the best speed. Is your speed 30 or 35?
Last time we had talked about it, it is only 30, but you had said about possibly I should raise it to 35 since
I'm going to say 35. We're going to homebrew the shit out of this because this is our game, and that's what we're going to do.
His strides are long, but also he's not running, really. He's like fast step after step walking, if that makes sense. So I feel like he'd be able to cover more ground in the average amount of time, probably. So I think 35 sounds good.
I'm gonna say that you get to him right at the door. Give me a acrobatics check if you're gonna like lunge at him, or just a general dexterity check if you're not gonna lunge at him.
If it's like right as he meets, does the door open inward? No, okay. I guess a hand on the door mode wouldn't make a lot of sense. Then yeah, I'll just try to like reach for him.
Okay, so if you do acrobatics, the DC is going to be higher.
Okay.
But
I'm not much of an acrobat. What was the other?
Just a general dexterity then.
General dex. Okay, I guess it's about the same. Plus, yeah.
Well, good on this bar because fire code mandates the doors open outward that are emergency exits.
He's a businessman. He knows what he's doing.
Good on them.
God damn it.
What'd you get?
A 6 total.
Oh. So
is it too late to give him bardic inspiration?
I need
definitely
some inspiration. Right?
Definitely is. You should be popping those out like crazy.
It's just you talking to this goblin.
So as the two of you see Bakrog just start taking off, almost like Happy Gilmore, the Jaws character who takes after Shooter McGavin at the end of the movie, just long striding toward this little goblin fellow, gets to the door. They both get there, and the goblin sees like, ah! As Bakrog is lunging for him, he gets the door open and gets just outside, but he forgets about the storm that is raging. And that is a 3 that I rolled. The wind like catches this little goblin perfectly, and he goes flying right back at Bakrog. Go ahead and just a dexterity check to see if you can catch him.
So give me a catch 'em roll here. 13.
I would say you definitely catch him with that. As he flies back, almost like a perfect, like into your middle of your chest, you catch this small little goblin. It's like 3.5 feet tall. And as he hits you, he's like, as you hit your body, he's instantly trying to get out of your reach. Give me a strength check to see if you can hold on to him.
That's what I'm talking about. Strength checks. 21.
There you go. I love that. As you catch this little goblin, he's like trying to wiggle his way out of your grasp, and to no avail whatsoever. Literally, his like upper body is completely still. His legs are just kicking like a child. As you're holding on to him, he's like, "Let me go! You can't do this. This is my ball. Help me! Somebody help me!"
I'm like full on Dark Knight Batman mode. What do you know?
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check, if you will. And while this is happening, Eldrin, you see people are like getting up and going, "Hey, what's going on over there?" And you can see they're starting to work their way toward Bakrog and find out what's all the noise.
17 on intimidation.
Gotcha. Let me move this guy over here.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering if we're at this area or
You're
this one over
there.
to the left. Okay.
Yeah, you're there. There we go. Technology.
Mm-hmm.
You said 17?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So I rolled a 1, and the little goblin who is like at first dead set on just getting away from you, you do the whoosh, and the goblin just like freezes when he hears your voice, completely caught off guard. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me go. I did nothing. It wasn't me. It's not me. I didn't do this.
I say you might not have done it, but you know something, and you're going to tell us right now.
What are you gonna do about it? You can't prove anything.
Bakrog, I'm full on and seeing red mode, like shaking him and holding on to him. I'll kill you.
By this time, the other patrons are like, "Hey, what's going on? What are you doing to Grixis?" And then the one halfling fella's like, "I told you, man, I was over here talking to that Eldrin fella. I do not trust this guy. We need to get this figured out, man. Tell you what." By now, when you shaking this little goblin, his face is just gone completely still and terrified of you, Bakrog. It's not my idea. Are you getting over there too, Eldrin?
Yeah.
All right, I like it. I just serve drinks and tell them who comes in here. I don't do anything more than that. And I had nothing to do with that dead body.
I repeat, but you know something.
I told you what I know. I just tell the people who comes in here.
I'm gonna kind of appease the crowd, kind of more talking to them than to the other three. I think my thought would be that I'd be kind of between my party mates and the rest of the bar.
Okay.
People.
I like that.
Kind of shielding them almost. It's like, no. My stony friend is be a little bit of a hothead, but I guarantee you he will cause no harm to the kind goblin here. I mean, you guys wait over here. I'll go talk to him, make sure everything's okay. You know me. We're good.
Give me a persuasion check. Grixis at this time is looking at Strafaria and he's like, "I'm telling you what I know. I just tell the people who pay me who comes in here and when. I
23.
didn't kill the orc." 23? Fucking shit, bards. Everyone's kind of like nodding in approval. Halflane's like, "Man, I'm telling you what, I'm really glad this Eldrin fellow came in here. He knows what he's talking about."
Drinks on me.
They're like, "Yeah," and Grixis is like, no drinks.
Who pays you?
I don't know who they are, what they look like. They come at night with hoods on. They pay me money and they tell me to tell them who comes in here and when and where they're going. I didn't kill the orc. I actually like the orc a little bit. He was a nice fella.
I'm gonna angrily slam him on the ground. Like, I believe him, and I'm gonna let him go, but like forcefully and kind of aggressively.
Give a strength check, or actually give an athletics check, since you are picking somebody up and throwing them down. You should be
Athletics is
proficient.
pretty pretty dang good. Yeah.
Yeah.
11.
11. So you don't hurt him. You don't need to roll damage or anything, but you do definitely scare him, and he possibly might have peed himself a little bit. As he is, getting up from the ground, by now his face is sweating profusely. He's looking very worried and pleading toward the three of you, or two of you at this time. You don't understand. We're all gonna die if we stay here. They're going to get us.
When are they coming back?
Soon.
Will they make it through the storm?
The storm doesn't matter. You don't understand. They could be anywhere. I don't know who they are or what they are. They just pay me and they wear hoods, but I've seen them. They've done things to people and I don't know what it is they do, but they've done things and I'm scared.
Tell us everything you know about them. Everything.
He's panting. He's so worked up by this turn of events that have happened. I've told you everything I know. They come, they pay me. I don't see their faces. They're tall. Taller than your stone friend here.
I just want to point out you're implicit in violence.
You gotta help me. You gotta help me. They're gonna kill us all.
What can we do?
Prepare yourselves. And he's freaking out. You can see he's jittering at this moment.
Eldred's gonna come over and he's kind of heard, but he hasn't really heard exactly everything that they've been saying.
Probably not even really paying attention, even.
Not really paying attention, no, to be honest. And kind of check in with them. So, how are we doing? Are we good? Do you think we can get back to the drinks, or? I just need a status update.
Well, I guess I'm probably not in the headspace to give an update.
We're all gonna die! He just yells that at you. We gotta get out of here!
Not a fan.
Oh, I guess you're muted.
Oh.
There you go.
I wasn't muted.
Maybe you were muted. Maybe. I don't know.
Goddamn technology. I hate Discord's just being so mean to us tonight.
I'm gonna ask him whether he thinks we will be safer holding up in the tavern overnight, or if we should go somewhere.
He looks around and he's like, it doesn't matter where we go. They're gonna get in here regardless. And they're coming soon.
What are they coming for?
All of you. They're
Me?
coming for all of you.
Me?
And he's shaking uncontrollably at this time. What do you all do?
I'm kind of catching up. I don't know who they are, I'll be honest, but if they're coming to get us, I'm assuming they're the ones who killed our friend Charles. How is it that they would attack us? How is it that they would kill us that you're so worried about?
I don't know what it is they do, but it looks like they put people up to the face and they do something to their brains. They suck them out to something. I don't know what it is. There's a slurping, sucking noise, and when the bodies are pulled away, there's a large hole in their head, and their brains are gone. I seen it.
Why didn't they do that to Charles?
None of this makes sense.
I'll be honest, this doesn't sound like a me thing. I think I'm gonna leave the two of you to work out the goblin issue. I'm gonna go talk to my number one fan over here, just if you need me.
And as you're saying this, you hear this noise, like a scraping noise of like wood on wood. As like down the hallway near the bar, you hear something like go, or as it's moving across the floor. You hear your number one fan, the halfling, go, "Hey man, what's going on with them kegs over there?" And are you walking back out by this time?
Sure.
So as you walk out of the hallway back to the bar, and the whole time this noise is happening, Grixis, you let go of Grixis, Buckrog?
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, "Damn!" And he tries to go back outside again, and we'll roll this to see how badly he gets thrown back in. But the halfling fella goes, "Hey man, who are you?" And you hear Eldrin, you actually come down the hallway. Let me roll that real quick. That is amazing. That's a 2. You come down the hallway and you turn to the left and you see this very tall, like 8 foot, almost 9 foot tall, skinny figure. They have like a long black cloak. Oh wait, go ahead.
My lost connection. Before I walk away. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Lost connection to what?
I didn't. I cut off. It cut off. My internet
Oh,
dropped.
gotcha. I was like, "You're here now, bitch. What are you talking?"
I'm gonna put my hands on their shoulders.
Whose shoulders?
My buddies, my pals. This is before I walk away.
Oh, before you walk away.
Yeah, I was trying to say this, but then it, cut off.
Okay, what do you say?
Hey, keep up the good work.
Aw.
And can I do more than one? Bardic inspiration or one? All right, so I'm gonna do.
Well, yeah, actually, it's a 6-second thing, so technically, you could give 1 to each.
Well, I'll do that.
So you're gonna like do a double bardic, 1 to this person, 1 to that person. You can't do that in battle, but you can do it in this.
I'm gonna, if it's kind of 6 seconds for each and it's separate, I'm gonna turn to Buckrog and I'm gonna put my hands on either side of his face and look him in the eyes and say, "You're worth it. You're good. You're good enough. All right, keep it up." And then, I'm gonna pat Strafaria on the head and say, "You got it, kid."
No asking for consent whatsoever, both times. Okay, I love it. That is so Eldrin. I love it.
I mean, I explained my character.
Yeah, that's fair. That is absolutely fair, and I do appreciate that because that is Eldrin. So as you
And I missed
come down the
you said.
hallway, so basically you hear this noise with the scraping noise, and as you come down the hallway, you see a very tall, skinny figure that's like 8 feet tall. There's a hood up, and their robe, their black robe that they're wearing, covers their body completely. The wrists, at the edge of the cloak, where the sleeves are these like large, long draping sleeves, and the hands are together, inward, so you can't see what they look like from their hands because they're inside each other's sleeves. But your number one fan goes, "Well, hi man, who are you? I don't think I've ever seen you here before." And you come to the hallway and see this, and the new figure is standing on the other side of the bar, opposite of where this halfling is. And all of a sudden, you just see this person's hands shoot out and grab the person and lift him up to his head. And you just hear this just sucking noise, and you see the halfling's legs kicking like crazy as whatever is happening to him is just viciously doing something to his brain. The figure throws the little small body of the halfling to the ground, and you see this like horrified look on his face as there's this massive jagged hole sticking out of the top of the head of this halfling. And that's where we're going to stop tonight's session.
Oh, you're not going to give me my quip?
Oh, give a quip. Go ahead. You know what? I want to get the CSI in. God damn it. Glasses too.
I'll turn to the barkeep, and say, bartender, I think that your friend of yours who's here to kill all of us is here now.
Well, I rolled a natural 1. He prior to this, he got thrown back. He's on the ground as you say this, and he's just like, what? And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. So, very good job. Thank you very much, everybody. I think you came back in playing your characters very well and did a very good job. Hannah, Cyrus, Phil, you're amazing. I'm so happy that you are playing in this campaign. Thank you very much for taking the time to play with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that was. I had a feeling this was going to be a heavy role-playing session, and yeah, I'm trying to get better at like the gameplay loop of the role-playing things. So it's like you kind of know what you need to get to, but like you just gotta do it and then roll well enough for it to actually happen. And every time you roll horribly, you have to come up with some other way to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
And, yeah, it's pretty fun.
Thank you. I'm glad you're having fun. And as you can tell, there is going to be a confrontation next session. So definitely join us for that. Everyone, I don't know what's happening with Too Much Time Podcast. Phil and I are kind of reworking that into maybe something different. We don't know, but I don't believe we are. Are we streaming this weekend?
Do you guys like upload it so people can watch or listen to it later?
I can. I mean, it does on Twitch, but it only keeps it for 14 days, I believe. But I save every single one. I guess I could just straight upload it to YouTube.
You should upload them to YouTube, because then, like, I listen to a lot of podcasts, like, while I'm cleaning and stuff. And cooking. So then I could, like, pop onto your YouTube and listen.
Very nice. That's a good idea. On-air production meeting, right?
And then also when I'm on YouTube, it'll recommend it. You know what I mean, too? So I'll be like, oh, yeah. So I get, like, reminded.
Nice.
Too.
Okay, well,
instead of, like, having to go onto Twitch and search, you know what I mean?
Search for it. No, that's a good idea.
Get in that algorithm.
There you go. Put the hashtags out.
Yeah.
Cyrus, you want to plug Mental Misplay at all? Are you doing Chilaxamundar Saturday?
Yeah, I still need to put a pod together for it. As usual, I haven't done that yet. I'm hoping maybe this weekend. I need to hit them up. But so last weekend in Philly, I hung out with the Bufftown Bullies a bunch.
Yeah, that was cool. Those pictures.
And they're just absolutely great. And one of the guys, Brian, because we were talking about having them on Chilaxamundar, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, I just like." I'm dead by midnight since it's 9 p.m. here. It's midnight over there. But apparently this guy Brian's like a super night owl and like is up to like 6 in the morning and like is on like kind of opposite schedule. So I'm gonna have him on soon. Maybe this weekend, maybe not. But they are like literally just some of the kindest people in Magic, and just like I was just laughing my ass off all weekend hanging out with those guys. They're really great.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm going to put the website in the chat
we got Mental Misplay. Besides the streaming stuff, we have 2 massively overreaching, trying way too hard videos coming out soon of these travel vlog videos. And they're a ton of work. And if you think you might like it, you should check it out, because the last one got like I think a little over 2K views, but we're really trying to push them and get people to see them, because I think they're good.
They're pretty good. The editing's awesome. The content's really cool. It's a great job.
I'm gonna plug myself. You can find me on Instagram, Mama Moonflower, also Mushroom Moonflower. I'm on iNaturalist, and if you're local and you want to go out in the woods and look at mushrooms with me, let me know.
I love that mushroom Instagram page that you put on there, because there's so many cool looking mushrooms.
Thank you. Let me know if you and the kids ever want to go out and
Emmeline for sure wants to go with you. Yeah, Emmeline's dying to. She has so many mushroom clothing that she's obsessed with, and she wants to just be out there.
Let's make a day, because there's a lot of really good stuff, especially after this rain we had today. It's gonna be killer.
'Tis the season right now.
Nice. Love it. I'm going to switch over to the away from the map. Oh, shall we play? Popped up again. I forgot to shut that off. So, with that out of the way, Phil, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
No, I don't have things. I don't have anything to plug. I'm not really on. I don't have many social medias. I actually deleted most of my accounts.
I like it.
Yeah, I watched this. Yeah, I think I was ready to go on. I don't want to throw you under the bus. I was ready to go on Sunday. I had
Oh, you
everything
absolutely
set up.
were. I definitely
I
could.
had all my stuff. I didn't even hear from you until like half an hour after we were supposed to have
After
already
we're supposed to
started
go.
streaming.
Yeah.
So if there needs to be an obituary written for the Too Much Time podcast, it's not on me.
That's fair. I will pull that out and I will read that for sure.
This time, there wasn't enough time.
Oh, wow. I think it writes itself if you think about it. So with that, we're going to go ahead and raid Janelle Santa Cruz. Looks like she's playing some Magic the Gathering. The only other person I know on is the Wolf Conservation Center. I follow the...
Nice.
But we're
I
gonna
grew
go,
up
Jen.
right next door to a wolf conservatory on the island, like right next door to it. So I went to sleep hearing the wolves howl every night.
Hell yeah, that's really cool. Lillian would go crazy.
It was really awesome, yeah.
Yeah. So with that, we're gonna get out of here. Give Janelle all of our love, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
We're raided.
Is it working?
Yep, I'm over here.